Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in every life when the walls seem too high to climb, when the darkness feels endless, and when every ounce of strength within you whispers, "It's time to quit." But I want you to remember this: the moment you feel like giving up is often the precise moment the miracle is about to unfold. You see, life isn't testing your limits. It's revealing them not to break you, but to show you how boundless you truly are. Every setback, every delay, every closed door is not life saying no. To you it's life saying not yet. Grow a little more, believe a little deeper, trust a little stronger. Your breaking point is often your turning point. It is in those moments when everything feels heavy, when life seems to be closing in, and when hope appears to be fading, that something powerful begins to stir within you. The mind tells you to surrender, to walk away, to settle for less. Yet somewhere deep inside, a quiet voice refuses to be silenced. That voice is not weakness fighting for survival. It is the strength of your spirit awakening. The point at which you feel like you cannot go on is not the end of your story. It is the place where your real story begins. When you reach your breaking point, life strips away the illusions of control and comfort. You are left raw, vulnerable, and uncertain. But that is precisely where transformation begins. The same way gold is refined in fire, your character is shaped in the heat of adversity. Struggles do not come to destroy you. They come to show you who you truly are when everything else is taken away. The breaking point forces you to decide whether you will collapse under pressure or rise with a new understanding of your own strength. In that decision lies the seed of your breakthrough. Many people quit right before the shift happens. They mistake exhaustion for defeat, not realizing that fatigue often signals they are on the edge of something extraordinary. Every challenge you face, every door that seems to close, and every moment of doubt is part of a divine setup, an invisible preparation for the next chapter of your life. The universe never tests you to punish you. It tests you to prepare you. It is as if life whispers, "Show me how much you believe in what you're asking for." Your perseverance is the proof of your faith. Think about the moments in your life when you thought you couldn't make it but did anyway. Each one became a turning point that reshaped your perspective and deepened your resilience. You grew stronger, wiser, more compassionate. You discovered that endurance builds confidence and that pain can give birth to purpose. At the edge of despair, when the night feels longest, dawn is already forming. It is not courage to continue when things are easy. It is courage to stand firm when everything in you wants to give up. That is where the turning point lies, in the decision to hold on one more moment, take one more breath, and trust that this darkness too is leading you toward light. Challenges are opportunities for growth. Every obstacle that appears on your path is not a punishment or a sign that you are failing. It is a teacher dressed in disguise. Life does not send difficulties to break you down, but to build you up. Each challenge invites you to rise beyond your current limits and to discover a strength that you might not have known existed within you. When things go smoothly, we tend to stay comfortable, content with what we already know and who we already are. But when life shakes us, when plans crumble and certainty fades, we are forced to dig deeper, to stretch our understanding, and to awaken our true potential. Every great achiever, every person who has left a mark on the world, has faced countless challenges. What made them different was not the absence of obstacles, but the presence of perseverance. They saw difficulties as sacred invitations to evolve rather than as reasons to give up. A challenge calls you to learn patience when you want control, to find faith when you cannot see the way, to remain kind when it would be easier to harden your heart. These are not random lessons. They are the curriculum of the soul, the path toward becoming more conscious, compassionate, and wise. When faced with struggle, the mind often cries out in frustration, asking, "Why me?" Yet if you look deeper, you might see that the challenge is asking, "Why not you?" Perhaps you are being prepared for something greater, something that requires the resilience that only difficulty can build. The tree that grows in gentle weather develops shallow roots, but the one that endures the storm digs deep into the earth, becoming unshakable. Likewise, your challenges push you to establish roots of faith and courage that will sustain you through every season of life. Each obstacle also serves as a mirror, reflecting back to you what still needs healing, what fears still hold you captive, what beliefs still limit your growth. When you stop running from difficulties and instead meet them with awareness, they transform from barriers into stepping stones. Growth is rarely comfortable, but it is always worth it. Every challenge carries within it a seed of wisdom, and when you face it with openness and grace, that seed blossoms into strength. The journey through hardship refines you, not by removing the struggle, but by awakening the power that has been within you all along. Growth happens in the unseen. So often we measure our progress by what we can see, by results, recognition, or visible change. Yet the most important transformations in life occur beneath the surface, hidden from the world and sometimes even from ourselves. Just as a seed spends time buried in the dark soil before it breaks through to the light, so too do we experience seasons when nothing seems to be happening, when effort feels wasted and prayers seem unanswered. But in those silent, invisible moments, life is at work preparing you for what is to come. When a seed is underground, it doesn't look like progress. It looks like stillness, like delay, but beneath the surface, a miracle is unfolding. The seed is splitting open, its roots are taking hold, and its structure is forming in perfect timing. That unseen process is essential, for without it, the seed would never have the strength to grow upward and face the light. Likewise, in your own life, the times of waiting and uncertainty are not wasted. They are periods of sacred preparation where patience, faith, and endurance take root. What seems like stagnation is often the quiet construction of your next chapter. We live in a world obsessed with instant results. We want visible signs of success and tangible proof that things are moving. Yet spiritual and emotional growth do not follow that pattern. The soul moves at a deeper rhythm, one that values depth over speed. When nothing seems to be happening on the outside, profound transformation may be taking place within. You may be learning humility, resilience, compassion, or trust, qualities that cannot be measured but that prepare you for the blessings ahead. The unseen growth is the most valuable because it shapes who you become long before it shows what you can do. There is divine wisdom in the hidden seasons of life. They teach you to rely not on appearances but on faith. They remind you that true growth does not need to be displayed to be real. The caterpillar does not rush its cocoon. It surrenders to the stillness, trusting that the process will unfold exactly as it should. So it is with you. The silence, the waiting, the unseen progress, all are necessary. Every moment you spend growing quietly within is laying the foundation for the day you will rise and bloom in the light, strong, steady, and ready for the world to see what has long been forming inside you. You carry divine potential within you. Every person is born with an invisible spark of greatness, a piece of the infinite that breathes life and purpose into their existence. This power is not something you have to earn, search for, or borrow from anyone else. It is already within you, waiting to be recognized and awakened. The same intelligence that orchestrates the stars, that turns seeds into forests and seasons into cycles, lives in you. It beats your heart without your permission, heals your wounds, and whispers guidance through intuition and inspiration. When you understand this, you stop seeing yourself as small, powerless, or unworthy, because you realize that the very force that sustains the universe also sustains you. Most people spend their lives searching for meaning outside of themselves, chasing approval, success, or validation. never realizing that the source of their strength has always been internal. The divine potential within you is like a treasure buried deep in the ground. It remains unseen until you begin to dig. Every act of faith, every moment of self-belief, every time you rise above fear and doubt, you uncover a little more of that sacred treasure. Life's challenges are not meant to make you doubt your worth. They are opportunities designed to help you remember who you truly are. When you face difficulty and choose love over fear, perseverance over despair, you activate that divine energy within you and let it flow into the world. There is no one else on earth who can express this potential in the same way you can. You are a unique expression of divine creativity, carrying a frequency, a purpose, and a light that no other soul possesses. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with this inner power, you begin to live with intention rather than reaction. You move from fear to faith, from confusion to clarity, from limitation to expansion. The more you trust that you are guided by something greater than yourself, the more life opens to meet you with grace and synchronicity. This potential does not depend on your past, your status, or your circumstances. It simply is, and it waits for your awareness to call it forth. You do not need to become someone else to access it. You only need to remember who you already are, a creation of divine intelligence, capable of love, healing, and limitless growth. Once you truly recognize this truth, every step you take becomes an expression of that divinity, and every breath becomes a reminder that you were never separate from the power that created you. Resilience declares readiness. Every time you rise after being knocked down, you send a message to life itself that you are prepared for something greater. Resilience is not about avoiding pain or pretending that everything is fine. It is about finding the courage to keep moving even when your heart is heavy and your path uncertain. Each time you refuse to surrender to despair, you strengthen the invisible muscles of faith and determination that carry you forward. Life does not reward avoidance, it rewards endurance. The moment you choose to stand again, even trembling, even unsure, you declare to the universe that you are ready to step into the next level of your destiny. Resilience is born in the moments when giving up seems easier. It is forged in the fires of disappointment, heartbreak, and loss. When everything falls apart, and yet you still choose to rise, you demonstrate that your spirit is stronger than your circumstances. Each act of perseverance expands your capacity to handle life's challenges with grace. It doesn't mean you don't feel the pain, it means you refuse to be defined by it. That is what readiness looks like, not the absence of struggle, but the willingness to grow through it. The more resilient you become, the more you align with the rhythm of life, because life itself is resilient. Seasons change, storms pass, and nature always finds a way to bloom again. Resilience is not built overnight. It is cultivated through countless small choices. The decision to get out of bed after failure, to forgive when bitterness feels easier, to keep believing when there is no visible sign of progress. Every one of those choices shapes you into someone stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. When you look back, you begin to see that every difficult chapter was not a detour but a preparation. Each challenge trained your heart to trust, your mind to focus, and your soul to expand. This is why resilience is a declaration. It is you saying, I am ready for what's next. The universe responds to resilience because it reflects faith in motion. When you choose not to give up, even in uncertainty, you align yourself with the creative power that moves worlds. Life listens to your energy more than your words, and resilience carries the energy of commitment, strength, and readiness. The moment you rise after the fall, you shift from merely surviving to consciously creating, and in that shift, you open the door to every new beginning waiting to find you. The light you seek is already within you. From the moment you were born, a divine spark has lived inside you, guiding your every step, whispering through intuition, and shining quietly beneath the layers of doubt and fear. So often, people search endlessly for meaning, direction, and happiness in the world around them, believing that something outside of themselves will complete them. Yet the truth is that what they seek has never been lost. It has only been forgotten. The light that illuminates your path is not waiting to be discovered in another person, achievement, or possession. It is waiting to be remembered within your own soul. This inner light is the essence of who you are. It is that still, peaceful awareness beneath all the noise of your mind. It is the calm that remains even in chaos, the wisdom that speaks even when you feel lost. When life feels dark, it is not because the light has vanished, but because fear, worry, and self-doubt have drawn the curtains around it. The moment you turn inward, quiet your thoughts, and listen with your heart, that light begins to glow again. It has always been there, steady, patient, and faithful, waiting for your awareness to open to it. Many people believe that enlightenment or peace comes from reaching some distant goal, but in truth, it comes from recognizing what has been present all along. The journey is not about seeking more, but about shedding what no longer serves you, the limiting beliefs, the old wounds, and the voices that tell you that you are not enough. As you release these illusions, your inner light shines brighter, and you begin to see that you were never broken, only hidden beneath layers of misunderstanding. You realize